Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Ntomodu Show. I am your host, Ambassador Dr. Uwa Onyoha Osimiri. The title of our program today is Nollywood Unleashed. Let me apologize to you that my guests misunderstood the time. They thought it was at 4 p.m. today when it's actually 3 p.m. Nigeria time, which is 10 a.m. American time. Please bear with us. They are all gathering their things together to be on the show with us. And but before we get started, I just want to remind you, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do so. Ntomodu TV, and we're not asking for money. We're actually asking you to support us. You're supporting us helps us to continue to bring entertainment and informative information for discussion with you. This show today is sponsored by Manuango and the African Women Mobilization Commission. Today, the magic of Nollywood comes alive. Okay, I'm going to pause again because I'm getting a message from the guests. So let me take a moment and I will be right back with you so I can communicate with them and let them know what's going on here. In the meantime, please enjoy a little bit of music. All right. I'll be right back with you.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Ma payo sa go kunu rauno mora. Ọ̀rọ̀ adìyẹ ọ̀bùwẹ̀ burúkú hàyà. Àṣírí ìdílé kẹ̀kẹ́ sọ wípé mo hàyè dífẹ̀.
Just still waiting for our guests to arrive. Again, I apologize. There seemed to be difficulty with them because of the time difference. They thought it was a 3, but they thought it was a 4, but it's actually a 3. So please bear with us. They will be joining us very shortly. I just got message that they're going to be joining very shortly. So bear with us. You know, the interesting thing, I just want to get started, just kind of laying a little foundation here. The music you just heard, first of all, is from Obi Onyoha. All of you who know her, that is her music, the Jihoho. It's she just came back from the from Europe, from her European tour. And that's one of her wonderful, I mean, just exciting music. I'm just excited every time I hear that music. And so I want to thank her for allowing us to play that music today. I hope you enjoyed it. I think it's quite lovely, quite lovely. In the meantime, let's just let's okay, just a moment. I'm getting another message. Dear. Okay, they'll be joining us shortly. You know how it is. Sometimes all good intentions don't always go the way we want it to go. So hopefully we'll get started very shortly. But in the meantime, we wait. Okay, you know, we have at least one guest. We have one guest that has arrived. So let's just get started with the show, and we'll take you wherever it takes us. And again, I do apologize for the lateness of the guests appearing, and hopefully they'll all join us right now. Just one member has joined, but we anticipate that all of them will join us very shortly. So we are going to continue. Well, today the magic of Nollywood comes to life rather. And you're invited to join me as we dive into the stories behind the stars who light up our screens, not just in Nigeria. They do so by the millions globally. These trailblazers are not just stars celebrated in Nigeria. They are celebrated the world over. And we're very excited to have the members of the Actors Guild of Nigeria with dynamic talents set to not only come to the show today, but they're going to be presenting Nigeria Actors Guild of Nigeria Festival, November the 21st through the 23rd in Snellville, Georgia. So let's get to it. Let's get to it. Running up very hard. And let's not roll it. Here, the first person that I want to introduce is the president of the guild. And his name is, and I introduced him a little bit earlier, his name is Emeka Rollers Ejezie. He is a celebrated Nigerian actor, producer, and leader in Nollywood, hailing from Anambra State. He started his acting journey in 1997 and has since featured in over 65 films, while also running his own production company, Rolling Pictures Limited. As the national president of the Actors Guild of Nigeria, AGN, Emeka Rollers has championed peace, welfare, and innovation in the industry. His dedication to the growth of Nollywood earned him the prestigious Member of Order of the Order of Niger, MON, award by the federal government. He has not joined us yet, but he's going to join us. So at least I've introduced him to you. Then the next person I want to introduce is Chioma Chukwuka. Chioma Chukwuka is a Nigerian actress and director and movie producer. I've watched some of her movies. She's really quite good. In 2007, she won the African Movie Academy Award for Best Actress in a Leading Role for her performance in the movie Sins of the Flesh, and the Afro Hollywood Award for Best Actress in a Lead Role in 2010. Chioma and her husband have shown good examples for many celebrities. You know, a lot of celebrities have turmoils in their relationships, but they have shown examples for many celebrities to emulate in this journey as a married couple. So far, no news or reports of scandals have been seen or heard since the inception of their marriage. She's an excellent role model, and she's also a wonderful actress. She's going to be joining us very shortly. The next person is Boma Martins Abore. Boma Martins Abore is a Nigerian-born actor, model, Big Brother alum, and television personality whose career breached Nollywood and international screens. Boma has featured in global productions like NBC's The Blacklist, as well as Nollywood hits such as Brotherhood. In 2022, he first gained widespread recognition through modeling competitions and his appearance on Big Brother Nigeria, Shine Your Eye, becoming a household name across Africa. He studied at the New York Film Festival, Film Academy. He's a proud member of SAG-AFTRA, the American Actors Guild, and remains active as a producer and filmmaker, including work on projects under Tinam Amazon Prime 2025. Today, he continues to expand his creative footprints as an actor, producer, and media personality, representing one of Nigeria's most versatile exports in global entertainment. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the individuals that we are going to be speaking to today. And thank you for joining me. The first person now that is in the studio that I'm going to talk to is, and she's disappeared. Well, I tell you what I'm going to do. I am going to have to reschedule this event because there seems to be a lot of challenges with the guests logging in. So I do apologize. I've tried to. Okay, well, okay, they're coming in slowly but surely. Here we are. Okay, so I'm not going to reschedule it. There's a couple of them are here now. And again, I do apologize because, you know, it's the time difference sometimes makes it a difficulty to correlate correctly. So anyway, the first person I'm going to bring to the stage is Emeka Rollis. Hello. Okay, I can see his name, but I don't see his visuals. Hello, Emeka, how do you do? Okay, I'm going to remove him for the moment. And please get your camera in order because we can't see you. The next person I'm going to bring in is Chioma Chukwuka. And Chioma is in the stream with audio only. Okay. Now, Chioma, are you there?
Good morning, I'm here.
Wonderful to see you. What's going on? We can't see you.
I'm good. I had spoken with Emeka earlier. I'm a bit under the weather. I got an allergy. My face is swollen, so I can't show my face. I'm really sorry about that. Well, so because I already made a promise to be on the show, I told him I'll come on the show, but I'll be honored if he can oblige me just to do video, just to do voice, but not video. Okay. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Well, let's see if we can get the president here. There you are.
I'm here.
How are you, Emeka? How do you do?
I'm here. I'm good. I'm good, Dr. Wa.
Good to see
you.
Hi,
Atlanta.
I am so sorry that we are all having this conflict with the time factor and whatever else that's caused it. But you know what? Anything that's good is worth waiting for. So it's worth waiting for you guys to come on. So let me ask you, I'm excited to have you here. We're quite, frankly, we're excited to have you come into the United States in Snellville, Georgia, which is where I stay. You're the president of the Actors Guild of Nigeria. What exactly is the Actors Guild? What is the purpose? What is it? Tell us about that.
Okay, the Actors Guild of Nigeria is a guild that caters for the welfare of all screen actors in Nigeria. Established about 30 years ago. We are about 1 million members in Nigeria, and we're present in 34 states.
Okay. Okay, you're frozen there for a moment. Can you reorganize your camera? Okay, you're frozen there for a minute. All right. So he's having a little challenge with his audio and his.
It's normal, you know. In Nigeria here, we have very good network. So I don't know what's happening in Georgia. I think Georgia, they don't have good network in Georgia.
Anyway. Well, are you having difficulty seeing me? You having difficulty hearing me?
No, I'm not having difficulty because I have good network. But I think you are having difficulty seeing me.
No, I see you, but you're freezing. You're freezing. That's the problem.
The freezing is from your end, not from my end. We have very good network here in Nigeria.
Okay, can I ask you, am I freezing to you when you look at me? Am I freezing?
No, you don't, because I have good network.
Okay, we're not going to argue about that. But so tell me, you started your career in 1997. Okay, yes. Can you share a memorable memory for the early days of the industry? What do you remember that really motivated you to just stay in it? You know, and when you think about that moment you got into the film industry, what was exciting about it, and why did you stay?
Yes, for me, I see my involvement in the movie industry as a divine call to rewrite some wrongs. Initially, I started with the enthusiasm that, having graduated from school and having had a lot to do on campus as an entertainment person, I just felt, okay, this is the right way to go. And I joined. But over the years, it turned out to mean that I was more or less used by God to start rewriting some wrongs that I was seeing. And I decided to venture into administration to see that I help actors who mostly don't have time for themselves, to guide them towards what the industry is all about, you know, judging from the acting profession.
I see.
And then memorably, I was in a film project in 2001. But then I used to sing gyration, and I was in Enugu to film Okosisi precisely when some of my mates who were at Presidential Hotel, it was Ernesta Suzu and one other actor. That night, they had this strong urge to go out, to go to party and all of that. And I told them, listen, we're here for somebody. If you must go out this night, why not tell the executive producer that you're going out so that somebody can give an account of you if anything happens? And they rebuffed that advice. Lo and behold, that night, they had an accident on their way back.
Oh, dear.
So that from that point, it began to look to me like, okay, you're going to be here acting, but I think you need to be a voice also to let people who are within your catchment area understand that everything depends on how God guides you on earth. That every power belongs to God, whether the power to act, whether the power to produce, whether the power to direct, and all whatnot. And then started from there. So it was very remarkable for me filming Okosisi in Enugu at Presidential Hotel.
Now, as you continue to be in the film industry, is there anything that to you was unexpected that jumped up at you at some point during your journey?
No, 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 no. Everything that comes up, because me, I am very, I'm a tailored person. I anticipate everything that comes up.
Okay. Okay, I've lost you there for a moment. Now I'm going to bring okay,
I'm
you're
here.
coming in and out.
So nothing really.
Continue.
So I was actually introducing the Actors Guild before that glitch, that technical glitch. So Actors Guild of Nigeria, like I said, we are also proud affiliates of Federation of International Actors (FIA) with headquarters in Brussels, Belgium. We have very strong twining relationship with the Screen Actors Guild of America (SAG-AFTRA), and of course British Equity.
Hmm. Well, let me bring. Please stay right where you are. I'm going to bring Chioma in. Chioma, how are you again? I'm so sorry you're not feeling very well. Are you there? Chioma, are you there? Okay. I think that what I'll do is I'll
I
continue.
am here. I'm here. I don't know. I just saw that I was
Okay, you can hear us
backstage
now.
and
Right.
yeah, I
Well,
can hear.
I have a few questions for you. I've had the pleasure of watching some of your shows. You're really you're a good storyteller. You're
Thank
really
you.
good at that. You're a good actress, and no wonder people love Nollywood. So,
Thank you.
but I wanted to know, as far as you're concerned, what were your biggest inspirations when you were starting, and how did they influence your career? Your biggest
Um,
inspiration, how did they influence your career?
so incidentally, when I joined the movie industry, Nollywood was kind of like at its booming stage. So
Mhm.
we had people like me had a lot of actors to look up to because we wanted to join the industry at that time. I had people like Auntie Joke Silva, I had Stella Damasas, I had Kate Henshaw to look up to. I wanted to I enjoyed watching them growing up, right? And I
Mhm.
felt like, if these people could be on stage and do all of these things that they do effortlessly and be known, that why not? Why can't I do it? Because I've always in school, I was in a drama group, I was in a dance drama group, and I just grew up just wanting to be there, just wanting to, express myself, express
Mhm.
the talent I had through drama and yeah, through dance and drama.
Mhm.
And so I had these people to look up to. I watched their films. I always waited every week. Then we had movies coming out on VHS. So we went to the rental studios to make our bookings and see if this person's movie is coming out. I want to be the first person to get the tape. I just want to enjoy their movies with my family and just build a wealth of experience from just watching them. And so
Mhm.
that's how my desire kind of like started growing, and I started praying and asking God, please help me. I just want to do this. I mean, I had restless nights and all of that, but
Mhm.
somehow, because of course I lived around the area where major actors came for their auditions and um, rehearsals. So I kind of like was privileged to see some producers around. And, as fate will have it, one day one of them called me, and yeah, here I am, you know.
That's wonderful. Now, if you could play any character from a classic movie, who would it be and why?
I don't know. I've always loved Julia Roberts. I mean, from Pretty Woman. If there's any character, I just want to be that woman. I just want to be Julia Roberts from Pretty Woman.
Really?
Mhm.
Why
Yeah.
though? Why? Why?
I don't know. I just love that um girl next door, the beautiful girl next door story. I just love easygoing love stories, romantic dramas. I just it's there's something it stirs up inside of me. I don't know, but I just feel I really really love those kind of stories. So it resonates with me. So I just that's what I would love to do.
Has there been a funny or chaotic moment you've experienced while producing a film? Now, you're a movie producer as well as an actress. So, has there been any?
Absolutely.
Can you share that with us?
It's crazy. It's really crazy because we have a lot of things to deal with filming in Nigeria. Of course, we know that there's some things that we have to fight, financing, getting all the structure right, and just setting up an entire production. But once you get in the grind and you know your onions and you have some um because you already know work and you've done it over and over and over again, you kind of like get used to it and you find a way to make it work for you. It's challenging, especially with the declining economy in Nigeria, but it's worth it. I mean, if you're an actor, you're an actor. If you're thespian, you're thespian. You just nothing stops you. You just go head on. It's like you're like that bull. You just heading first, and you just go.
Uh-huh. That's wonderful. I just want to share a little bit of story. When I was a child, actually, it was high school, junior high.
Hmm. Hmm.
Before that, there was the Chief Jebrudaya. I don't know how many of you remember that. You're much younger.
Yeah.
Okay, that
Yeah,
was
that
the
it's the mask. It's called the new masquerade, or I know that I know the new masquerade. I don't know
yeah,
the one before it. There
yeah.
was the masquerade. I think it was a masquerade. Emeka, if you can help me out. Emeka is much older, I believe. Emeka, you're in your 80s, right? So you should remember.
And Mecca is frozen again.
He's
Well,
frozen. Okay.
but you know,
I think is
I remember,
something, but I know Zebudaya is the new masquerade. That one I remember as a kid. I remember my parents watching, and I really don't remember a lot about the show, but yeah,
yeah.
it's the new masquerade.
It was the show that helped us with homework. And let me tell you what I mean by that.
Oh,
You wanted to be seated there when it was on, so you did your homework because my parents would not let us watch it unless we,
unless you did your homework, right?
house cleaning, everything was done. And it always came on at 7 p.m. at night. So we all gather, all the whole family would gather in front of the television to watch Masquerade. Oh, it was wonderful. And then
Oh,
like you, I really thought that I was going to go into acting because I don't know if you're too young to remember. I used to be Little Miss Makiba. I used to pretend to be Miriam Makiba, sing Miriam
oh
Makiba
wow.
at the tennis club.
Mm.
And so I traveled quite a bit as a young kid. I was my little star. I met Miriam Makeba in Lagos, and he said, "So you're that Nigerian girl who wants to be like me." So I
Oh wow.
wanted to be what I would do, but I went into the sciences. So, but nonetheless, we do have inspirations, and I'm glad that you have your own inspiration. Yeah, Julia is really something else, isn't she? She's a wonderful actress. Now,
Yeah.
yeah, now let me bring the other guest. Bomber, how are you?
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. It's wonderful to see you.
Likewise.
Unfortunately, I understand we kind of got all mixed up with the time and
Yeah,
okay, but things don't always work the way you want it to work, but that's okay. That's okay.
yeah,
There you are. You're
absolutely.
here anyway. So we're here to have fun, and I'm excited to have you here today. So, Bomber, tell us what got you to acting? What got you to acting? What did you see? And you said, "Oh my goodness, this is me. I want to be like that." What happened?
Um, Actually, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My name is Boma.
Welcome, Mama.
Yes. Hi, Chema.
How
We
you
Good
introduced
doing?
you
afternoon.
earlier, Mama. We introduced you earlier before you came in.
Oh,
We had
okay,
this
okay.
good introduction. Go ahead, please.
Thanks. So, I was actually playing football. I was playing football in Europe. So, I was playing semi-professional. Then, when I got injured, I moved back to the States. I do live in New York. So, but when I was playing in Europe. So, when I go back to the States, as at that time, you know, Then people just usually tell me, "Hey man, I saw you in Black Panther. I saw you in Black Panther." I'm like, "No, I'm not even an actor." So I started working in events. Then a producer saw me and she's like, "I have a role for you." I used to have like dreads and stuff, and she was like, "Yeah, you're about 6'3" tall. You have like, I have a job for you." And I said, "I'm not an actor." Then she said, "You have to be an actor." And I said, because before I do anything, I like to educate myself. So I told her, "I know nothing about acting. I've been a model, and I play football and everything, but I would like to go." So I went to New York Film Academy. By the time I was done, I didn't meet up with the jobs. I lost that job, but I gained a lot of experience. So after New York Film Academy, I did register with Central Casting, try to get an agent, started auditioning and stuff. And that was where it all came. So when I was in school, I got all A's because I brought a lot of my, I've had a lot of experience in life, just different things that have happened to me. So the characters that I played, I would embody them. Like if I had to do something painful, I would find the pain from a past experience. So I was like a method actor getting into stuff, and I did so well in school, and that's where it began from. And I started falling in love with acting, falling in love with the process. I didn't really care about the accolade and the claps and everything. I cared about doing it great because you're as good as your last job. Dedicated myself to it. I brought the discipline from football because you can't be lazy when you play football, like waking up at 5 a.m. and running around and doing. So I brought all that discipline with me from sports into acting, vigorously learning my lines, doing character work. After New York Film Academy, I still would go to other classes. Like there's a Mark John Jeffries Academy that I also did for 2 years. When I'm not on set, I still train. Like I go for classes. Anytime I'm not on set, I go for classes. So that's how I became much better at what I do.
Time wonders. They do it the first time, and then that was it. There's nothing else for them because they don't carry forward. They don't work harder. They just, rest on their laurels. So that's very good. But do you have any particular themes, any particular storyline that you are passionate about for now or in the future? What specific, or are you just interested in general acting, or is there any particular theme that you like?
I like if I understand your question well, I like acting. Now I've also ventured into producing. I like the act itself. I like the being able to play different characters, being able to be different people, playing different people and being able to make people believe. Playing a character and people actually think you're that character. That's hard for me. It goes beyond a lot of things. You play character and people call you by these character names. You being able to work with other people, work with other amazing actors. It's a great experience. You're leaving, somebody writes a script and you can breathe hair into that script and you play it in a convincing way. I think I love that part as well. I love the action part. I like being like an action figure as well. So I did 2 years of stunt training as well in New York. I did 2 years of stunt training in New York, and I've done a lot more action films in Nigeria than even in America too. I've done a few things there. So I actually started my career from America. I was on the Blacklist. I was on Law and Order with Snoop Dogg, episode 2022. I was playing those roles, and I booked a job that we didn't shoot yet. It's called Protector of the Gods. About the Egyptian gods and everything. I love. It's wide. It's a wide range from the producing to. I also just produced a film with Wale Ojo. Wale Ojo directed the film. It's an Amazon job. It's called This Is Not a Nollywood Movie, and I was the producer of that job. It comes out ending of November. I also produced the film for Tola Odunsi. It's called 19. It's supposed to be 419. And it's coming out before the end of the year as well. So I just soaked myself into from the acting to the producing to the acting because I like to put things together. I like to be very organized. So that's what I brought with me to producing. like being able to produce this big budget movies,
Mhm,
huge
mhm.
big budget movies, making sure, and they all go say, "Oh, you're doing a good job." From that to going through the scripts, working with the actors, playing different characters, I enjoy every part of it.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. One of the things about acting and that makes movies work or make actors work is the fact that once a movie convinces you that
Hmm.
that actor is rotten, oh, I can't stand him. He's the worst. That means that you've done your work because people have
Exactly.
bought into that character. If people
Mhm.
see, well, I don't know about, if people walk out of a movie theater and they say, oh, that movie was no good, some of the characters are okay, but it can be some of the characters that really spoil the movie because they're not very good. Not that they're not very good, but they're not very convincing. So it's quite an art to go to a movie, and come out and people say, oh man, that movie was something else. That's because the
Yeah.
did their job. Thank you so much. Now stay right there. Emeka, this question is for you. Um, as the president of the guild, I know it's important for us to do, to ensure that the actors um, are recognized. And you guys must have been doing a very good job because everybody knows Nollywood. Everybody knows Nollywood. There's nobody I say, oh, do you know Nollywood? They say, oh, yes, they are Nigerian actors, right? And I have a friend who's so enamored with Nollywood. She sits and just, once some of your movies come on, she's got her popcorn, she's got her pop, she's got everything. She's ready to watch. And that speaks a lot about the effect of Nollywood, and not just in Nigeria, globally. So, Emeka, what is it? What is it that's captivating people about Nollywood? What is so captivating?
Yeah, first of all, we're telling our original stories. The
Mm,
originality inherent in the way we push out our stories that created the level of interest by both the international community and, of course, at home. And while Nollywood was doing very well, a lot of African countries decided to imitate what we are doing by setting up such in their own countries. But because in Nigeria we are very diversified, Nigeria we have a lot of talents. So it's not
mm,
easy to bring this pool of talents together, judging from our population, judging from the number of youths. It's not
mm,
just because it's Nollywood. In every other thing Nigerians do, they just put all of their best in it. If you see Nigerians in ICT, they will look as if they are the ones that invented the machines they are working on. If you see Nigerian mechanics who, of course, didn't read any engineering, they will pull out a vehicle that was manufactured in America, remove everything in that, and fix it back. Nigeria has that spirit of enterprise, and
yes.
entrepreneurship. It's just that now that we as actors of Nigeria, we're trying to create more visibility so that what happens in other movie industries in the world should be happening here. For instance, the issues of royalties, the issues of residuals. And of course, we might have all these talents, but we don't have enough funding to pull up some of the ideas we want. But because
Mm,
in places like America, UK, Mexico, they have monetized everything that they do. So it's easier for an
yes.
actor, to
Mhm,
get claimed, having worked over the years. In one of our visits to the Screen Actors Guild of America, SAG-AFTRA, last year in 2024, right there in Los Angeles, we got into their residual room,
mm,
stroke royalties. We found out that there were kids who acted like 30 years ago, but presently they had divested into different vocations. But they still come to collect royalties from SAG-AFTRA. Such an organized setup. So we at
mm,
Actors Guild of Nigeria, we are working to put this particular system in place here because it's a system that really organizes the people. And once that
mhm.
system is in place, an actor, just like people use YouTube today and make money, YouTube is not close to them, but they get paid from YouTube.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
it's all
Yeah.
work in progress.
Yes, that's wonderful. Now, let me ask you this question: when you look at the movie industry, okay, and how the difference between the movie industry in the United States and the movie industry in Nigeria. And I can tell you very honestly, I see the Nigerian actors are really exceptional. I mean, there are some that struggle, certainly, but majority of them are good storytellers. How would you like the rest of the world, all of us who are outside of Nigeria, how would you like us to help? Because I do know, you indicated a little bit earlier that the funding can be a challenge. How would you like us to help? How would you like the world to help?
Okay, like we're coming to Georgia in November. Our major preoccupation is that we.
Okay, I'm going to go back to him. He's frozen right now. So let me go to Chioma. Chioma, are you still with us?
Yes, I
Chioma,
am.
okay, Chioma, let me ask you a question. I know it's not easy to be an actress. Oh my God, it's busy work. It's busy work, and of course, sometimes it takes you away from family. Sometimes it just occupies your time so much. So, your personal life, how when you're not acting and producing, how do you unwind? What is your fresh special way of unwinding?
So when I'm at work, right, I give everything I
Am I
have.
still
It's a
on?
hundred
Oh,
percent. Is Emeka back?
No, he's still a bit frozen.
Okay. I give 100% of everything I have to work, to just having fun on set and trying to, get everything out as the character demands and as that work demands. But when I get home, my first call is to recoil. And I say recoil is I'm pulling myself back, getting my main self back, on like taking the clothes off my back, the character I played, everything
Mm,
that I did. I'm just taking all that outside the door, and then I recoil. I have family time, I bond with the kids, I bond with everyone at home. And for the first few days, assuming I have like 2 or 3 weeks before the next gig or something, for the next few days, I just do all of that. And then I soak up on movies. I listen to music, and of course, I'm a Christian. I catch up on what I missed during work. I catch up on sermons, messages, and all of that. That's how I unwind. I don't use that time to party. I use it to recoil and recharge for the
mm,
next gig. Because when I'm at work, I do all of that. I go all out, and my funny crazy self, I give it 100%. And so
yeah,
I do 100% of unwinding at home, right? And
yeah,
that's just how I unwind. I don't do anything extra. It's just basic stuff, just so that
yeah.
I can get my mind back and focus on the
Mhm.
next project.
Yeah, yeah, that is so important because there's always the issue of burnout. If
Yeah.
you can find a moment to just, inhale, decompress, if you will,
Yeah.
you do burn out. And now this question is for you, Boba. Sometimes actors get typecasted, and when you're typecasted, it makes it difficult to play a different kind of role. I suppose that's why you indicated you like to do various roles so you don't get. How do you prevent yourself from being typecast?
Well, I'm too late. I've been typecasted already. So,
Yeah, too late, eh?
yes,
Okay,
too late already. So I play a lot of bad guy roles.
bad
People
guy roles.
a lot of bad.
Why do you think that's the case? Why do they want you to play bad guy
Because
roles?
I play them well. So
Because you what?
I
They
play them
fit them
very
well.
well.
Okay,
Yeah,
very well.
play,
So you
they
can.
play well. Hmm.
Do you see yourself ever playing the role of a kind, a kind gentleman, a kind, I don't know, whatever role the kind represents a kind person? Can you do that with it?
That's because that's who I am in real life. So I play the opposite of everything I am
Oh, I
in real life.
see. I
So
see.
pretty much you can do that, but I think I might
hello,
as a producer, I might have to produce that myself. So
Uh-huh.
let's
hello.
see. But there's one that is coming that I play something totally different, and thank you to Wanyuju for that. I play. I That's comedy. Nobody would ever see that coming because people don't even think I smile
Yeah.
to be able to play a comedic role. So yeah, the typecasting thing is, because when you come in at first, you're not so choosy. Because I was new to the industry. I came in through TV reality show Big Brother Nigeria. So I came in and, luckily for me, I'd worked with the top people at first, so I played, a lot, like bad guy, military guy,
Yeah.
fitness, all that stuff. So the thing is, most people don't do their research. They see you there, you look good, and when they look, they need somebody else. Like, yes, that guy
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
bread and the body and stuff. So they just keep. They don't. They don't. They don't want to go crazy. They don't like, yo, you know what? Let me try. They don't. Maybe they don't want to make. They don't want to experiment. They want to
Uh-huh.
play it safe.
Uh-huh.
They
Yeah.
want to play
But
it
well,
safe.
yeah, well, quite frankly, playing it safe doesn't really give you opportunities, because people are excited about exciting people, people who give it their oomph, and you say, that guy,
No,
we need him.
I think the producer. I'm talking about the producers are trying to play it safe by playing you in
Oh,
those
they
roles.
are trying to. Okay, I see.
Yeah, not you. Not you. They are playing you there because you've done it and you've done it before and you've done it well.
Yes.
So they would just say, let me just, do the same thing because he did the last one well. He played that role well. They have a role like that again. They'll call you because they've seen
Uh,
you do,
yeah.
you've done it
Yeah.
multiple times. But they don't
Yeah.
want to take that chance of trying you in a different role because they
Okay.
don't want to experiment. They just want to play it safe, the producers.
Yes. Yes. Listen, we are going to take a moment, and Mr. Rollers, we're going to be back with you and Chioma and Boma. Nollywood rather, Unleashed. We'll be right back. A word from our sponsors.
Pamper your skin with our Honey Nectar Body Cream. Enriched with honey, it deeply hydrates for soft, glowing skin. Silky smooth, sweetly scented, and perfect for any moment because you deserve it. Power up your skincare with our Honey Nectar Body Cream. Infused with honey, it hydrates and protects, leaving skin smooth and refreshed. With a subtle, masculine scent, it's confident in a jar.
Why do 75% of young women in foster care miss out on STEM opportunities? We're here to change that. The African Women Mobilization Commission is on a mission to transform lives through STEM education. Our new program targets young women aged 18 and up, especially those from foster care and low-income families. By providing a supportive environment and access to quality STEM education, we're equipping these future leaders with the skills they need to thrive. Our center, in collaboration with Integrated Living System, offers housing and a day schooling program focused on STEM. Imagine learning from top-notch professors and industry pros right in your own community. But it's not just about education. We're talking holistic support, healthcare, counseling, a safe place to live. We're building a community where these young women can truly belong and succeed. Join us in this transformative journey. By investing in their education and well-being, we're fostering a new generation of women leaders in technology and science. Your support makes all the difference.
Yes, yes, yes. We're back with our guests, Nollywood Unleashed. Maybe we're in the middle of saying something, and then we lost you.
Yes.
Can you please continue with because I was
Okay.
asking you what? Go ahead.
Yes. I was saying that principally our event, which debuted in 2023 in Miami, and then we had the second edition in Los Angeles, California. And then this year we are coming to Georgia. And of course, your center, our aim is to reach out to our fans, casting directors globally to see that when they have films shot and there are roles by Africans.
Mm-hmm. There are roles by Africans. I lost him there. I have a I
You should
role
consider,
Boma.
Yeah.
Okay, he's back. Go ahead, Emeka.
they should consider regional Africans playing African roles instead of having to.
Okay, he'll be back once his audio is in order. Boma, I have a question for you, and I have the same question for is she still with us?
I am here.
Okay, Chioma is still with us. Okay, now are both of you going to be in the United States? Are you going to be here in November?
Hopefully.
Yes,
I
will.
Yeah, I have you. We're showing that we have you on the list as because a lot of people are excited to meet you. So we're really hoping that you will be there. We have you on the list as the potential participants at the talent. It's called Nigerian Talent Global on the global stage. Okay, and my organization, African Women Mobilization Commission, is one of the organizations that's going to be sponsoring, hosting you here. So we're definitely looking forward to having you here. And what are you anticipating? What are you anticipating seeing or doing while you're here? And you can answer that, or Boma, you can.
Yeah, I'll go after Chioma.
Okay, Chioma, go ahead.
Sorry, you said what are we anticipating for?
What are you anticipating when you come to Snellville, Georgia? What are you anticipating doing, seeing? Who would you like to meet and all that sort of thing?
Oh, just like Emeka was saying, he wants to see more, the synergy, a collaborative connections, right? Where we meet other casting agents, global casting agents, that will say, that will look at us as a guild and say, yeah, we have a bunch of actors here that will give us exactly what we need, as against grooming the people that they know to sound like us. And I mean, I'm always a stickler of I'm a believer of the school of thought that says that a foreigner cannot tell an indigenous story the way that indigenous would tell that story, right?
That's
So
right.
if you have a role of an African descent and you cast someone who doesn't know jack about Africa or Nigeria, as it were, I mean, the story would not be as believable as, okay, you cast a Boma to do to tell a story of the let's say the effects of the devastating effects of oil in the riverine area of Nigeria, right? No other person can do it better than Boma. Or you want to say, okay, the effects of the civil war on this particular group of people in Nigeria, I probably will play that role better than maybe you call let's say Julia Roberts. Julia Roberts won't be able to tell that story the way Choma will be able to tell that story, right? So we want to see that kind of collaborative efforts to say, okay, we're forced to reckon with in this field, and we think that if we can come together and do stuff, we'll benefit each other, right? So that's what I want to see. I want to see that I want to see that collaboration happen. I want to see how we can integrate what we know with what they know, just a mixture, just a blend of cultures, ideas, everything that conference is going to hold.
Wonderful. Same for you, Boma. What have you
Yes,
anticipated?
yeah, I do agree with everything Chema said. Meeting the casting directors and collaborative process, seeing the show, because that'll be the first time literally coming, I'll be in America for the Nollywood events, but for sure the collaborative experience will be amazing. Meeting the casting directors and just enjoying the show. Meeting you guys as well, meeting your organization, and everything the event has to offer.
Yes, yes. We have we're excited about some individuals that have a whole new way of filming that will be there. That is going to do something really wonderful with the Nigerian actors, and so hopefully that will be.
Then again, we are also intending to pull off a launch of our national office headquarters in Abuja here, because we know there are a lot of our fans, foundations, organizations who would like to be part of new things that we're doing here. So we intend to display the prototype and seek for certain kinds of collaboration to see that that edifice is built. The edifice is about a 5-story building with 2 cinemas, lounges, and all of that, that we house the entire office of the Actors Guild of Nigeria. Is supposed to be situated on a 933 square meter land that is worth 200 million naira, which we have already acquired, and of course we had paid the C of O of the property. So we're seeking for collaborators all around the world who will say, oh, we supported Nollywood when they were building this emporium, and of course we have their names displayed, as part of advertisement all around the places. So we want to also introduce that during the meeting.
That's wonderful. And I'm imagining there would also be a place where you train future actors and provide them with all the things they need to move forward. That's wonderful. That's exciting. I'm quite excited to see that presented, so that we can get you some support. Nollywood, I believe, frankly, can really portray. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, there's some parts of the programming that can improve, in the sense that African culture has to be better presented. And I feel that Nollywood is in the position to make it a whole lot more positive than some of the filming that I see. But for the most part, Nollywood is doing a good job portraying African talent, African zeal for life, all that sort of thing. That's there. And so we just have to kind of add positive imagery to the filming. Now, the other thing, that when you come, there's a group here, and I want you to meet them. They're very, very supportive of Africa. It's the Pan-African Federalist Movement. They are very supportive of Africa. Everything that Africa does, they're there. They believe in the interaction between the African diaspora and Africans. So they are going to be there to receive you. And I talked to a representative of the organization. It's a good opportunity for us to share with them and encourage them to come home, encourage them to see the connection, that we are brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying? And honor them. Because sometimes, unfortunately, we've got this misconception, African Americans don't like us, or Africans don't like us, that kind of thing. We don't have time for that. It's time for unity. So this is a platform, certainly, that can be used to bring them together with us. And when they see us in them and we see them in us, there's a tendency there for real serious support. So they'll be there to welcome you. So it's one of the part of the program that I'm looking forward to. They're going to be drummers, and African Americans have a desire to connect with the homeland, and you coming here with this platform is a very good thing. So I'm definitely looking forward. We're looking forward to you coming. We're definitely looking forward to you coming. So let me ask you, this is like in closing, what each one of you, what advice would you give to aspiring actors in Nigeria, and even those who are here who are interested in doing films that involve African culture? What advice would you give them?
For me, my advice for aspiring actors, whether they're in Nigeria or in the diaspora, is just patience and perseverance. Nothing good comes easy. In a world where we have so many creative people out there, The only
Yeah.
way to succeed is to be patient and then have
Mm-hmm.
perseverance. And gradually you come off. There are a lot of people, talents wasting in the rural areas. They don't have connect to hit the urban areas. But gradually,
Mm-hmm.
with the kind of shows like Big Brother, other reality TV shows, people are being brought from the rural areas to join in entertainment shows that eventually brings them out. More so is the
Yes.
fact that the YouTube as a platform has also helped to project
Yes.
people from remote areas. They do things on their
Mm-hmm.
own and just push it on the internet. And before you know it, it gathers a lot of likes, a lot of views, and they begin to make money. So I advise
Yes.
anybody who is aspiring to be an actor to be to have patience and then perseverance.
That's right. It doesn't happen overnight. And the
No,
people
no,
we're
it doesn't.
talking to, ladies and gentlemen, the people are here today, and those who are going to be here in Snellville, and those who are in Nigeria doing their thing, they didn't make it overnight. You have
Yeah.
those one time, one day wonders, that kind of fall by the wayside. But those who persevere, those who continue to hang in there and keep giving it their all, they are the ones who have longevity. So that's a wonderful advice. How about you, Boma?
Um, I'll tell any never stop training.
Mm,
Never stop training. Never stop working on your crafts. Never get comfortable. You're as good as your last job. Nothing good comes easy. Be hardworking. Be
yes,
very, because even hard work beats talent when you're talented and you have refused to work hard. Be
yes,
prayerful in everything you do. Put God first because
yes.
grace, you might, sometimes it's not even about the best. It's about God's grace.
Mm,
God's,
mm,
you know, be
very
prayerful,
good.
yeah, be spiritual, be prayerful, hold on to your God
Yeah,
and keep working hard. Never stop
yes,
working hard. Yeah.
absolutely. And you, Chioma?
Um, yeah, basically what Emeka and Boma has said, but I also like to add to them what they've said, to tell aspiring actors, be it in Nigeria or in the diaspora, build your craft.
Mm,
Acting is not just talent, it is a skill that God has given to you. So you have to keep working on it, keep
yes,
sharpening it. Join local theaters. Look for someone that you can shadow if you want to be so not just for actors, even directors or script writers, whatever you know field, whatever branch of the industry that you feel works for you. Look for someone you can shadow, right? And then stay authentic.
mm,
In Nollywood and beyond, audiences connect with truth, originality. If
mm-hmm,
it's fake, if it's not real, if it's not authentic, people will not. They'll be like, this one is copying this person. Just be original, be raw, be yourself,
mm,
be
yeah,
be authentic. And then again, I would say network, be resilient, leverage on social media,
mm-hmm,
right? Some people say, oh no, I don't have someone who will help me do this, I don't have someone that can help me do that. How about you leverage on that social media platform? Like,
that's right.
put your work out there. When you remain consistent, one day it's just weird how those things pick up. you
Yes,
you just be somewhere and something, and someone wake you up and look, you're going viral. You
yes,
And it might just be some little silly thing that you did. And then from there, people start to look at your body of work. So keep putting it out there. Don't
yes,
use social media for gossip, for this. I mean,
yes,
those things are irrelevant. Use it to push your craft, use it to push your work, use it to network, use it to
mm,
connect to people, use it to understand the business of filmmaking, the business
yes,
of acting, the business of whatever field you find to do. In Just use it to leverage on it, gather knowledge from everywhere. The social media has given us so much power that we need to tap into that power and use it for our own benefit. So I keep telling people, don't just, yeah, it's okay to have fun on social media, it's okay to goof around, but in goofing around, pass your message across.
layer it with your message. Don't just, throw things out there for just throwing out there.
Yes.
You want to do this, throw it out there, however it is, whether you are, the more you do stuff, the better you get at it. So you just throw it out there. Just keep throwing it out there. One day it will happen. One day it go better. And I would like to, further buttress on what Boma said. Keep the faith going. Keep your faith and your vision going. Connect with what you believe in. I believe so much in God's timing. I believe so much in what God can do for a human being. I believe so much in God opening doors for people. So stay true to God. He will make it happen. I mean, it's just like saying, seek ye first the kingdom of God and every other thing will follow, right? Focus on your craft, focus on God, and He will open the doors. It's inevitable.
And so it is. Thank you.
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen, all of you who are there, who listened to this program today. Again, we apologize for all the technical difficulties we had earlier, but I'm sure that you benefited from listening to these gentlemen and this wonderful woman. If you would like to meet some of these wonderful actors who are expected to be at this festival, November the 21st to the 23rd, you want to meet them firsthand, please be there. You can go to OMC, the awmcglobal.org, and you'll be able to get tickets to the event. It's we only have accommodation for 150, so you don't wait around because we don't have enough time. Just one moment here. Let me put this out here so people know where to go to find information about this particular event in Snellville. Let's see. If you go to let me go here. There we go. This is where you go, omcglobal.org. We have the information, everything you need to know, and you do not want to miss out on this. You want to be there, meet these gentlemen and women that you have been glowing about, that we talk about during where we're having coffee and tea. These are excellent actors, and they deserve to meet you as you deserve to meet them. If you are if you're a broadcaster, if you're a casting agent, this is the place to be. This is the place that you want to be. So you meet them and see the talent and go through discussions, networking. That's what this event is going to be about. And of course, red carpet welcome for these wonderful actors. So be there. There again, that's the website, omcglobal.org. That is where you're going to find information about this upcoming event, November the 21st through the 23rd. And other information about the organization is also posted there. I would like to thank you, wonderful, wonderful actors, for taking the time to be with us today. Boma, wonderful, wonderful. I'm so grateful that you were able to join us today. Abore, I've seen your movies. Listen, you are good. Okay, no wonder they typecast you like that. I enjoy it. And Emeka, I've watched your movies as well, and you are doing a fine. No, Emeka, before I leave, I understand you're going to pass the role of the president of the guild to somebody else. That's going to happen on that day as well.
Early in
Am I right?
So the elections will happen early in November. So maybe I'll be coming to the event with a president-elect.
Oh, that would be wonderful. We would certainly like to meet him and entertain you all. I don't know what else to say other than thank you for being here. Chioma, thank you so very much. You guys have added to this program today. And everybody else is going to be that we're putting the word out there, you guys. We are putting the word out there. People are excited. People are looking forward to meeting you. I certainly am looking forward to meeting you. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for all of you who are, I can't call out all your names, but for all of you who did join us today, thank you, thank you, thank you. Somebody says solid advice from everyone. Definitely looking forward to seeing them at the event. That's DOCC. That's very true. Great show, says a Sovereign. And indeed it is. I don't know about you guys. I'm certainly enjoy watching the genius of Nollywood, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you in person, lady and gentlemen. Thank you so very much for being with us, and we're looking forward to seeing you in November. You take care. All right.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
All right. You're welcome. Bye bye now.